You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. By going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com, you can make this possible. And speaking of losing their minds, okay, y'all, let me put this. This was so funny. I literally, y'all, I'm telling you, y'all gonna laugh at this. So on Fox show Outnumbered, the show. So Harris Faulkner is the only African American woman who has an hour of a daily show. And so she's on Fox News. This conversation happened today. Y'all got to see this. I mean, I saw and I was like, really? And I know Harris, nice sister, but Harris, really, really?
She got issues.
The white woman had to break it down, and then you were like, oh. You were clutching pearls? We're going to use that language?
Oh, gosh.
Here we go to my iPad.
Stuffs it in front.
He can make those arguments, but it's not going to change the fact that he is a racist, that he does racist things. This is
okay. Those are two different things.
No, it isn't. You're talking about voting.
Weaponizing words.
Listen, a birther means that you are a racist. Telling women of color who are congressional representatives to go back to where they came from when 3 of them were Americans from birth, 1 a refugee who is now a citizen, is racist. Thinking that the Central Park 5 is still guilty, though they have been exonerated, is racist.
Okay, but...
And Elijah Cummings, hold on. Elijah Cummings' district contains parts of Baltimore. It is also part of the suburbs. It is in the 61st percentile for median income in this country, above Mick Mulvaney's, South Carolina's 5th, which is 22%. It is also 70th percentile in poverty, whereas Kentucky's 5th, a district that President Trump, I'm sure, loves because his voters are there.
I want to step in for just a couple of seconds because, Steve, I want you to comment on Jessica calling the president racist based on things that he has said.
Racist things?
Or, yeah, but, I mean, you would agree that people can say something and not actually have the name calling. We've been talking about...
But
and you didn't like it when AOC... and a staff member did it for Speaker Pelosi.
No.
I mean, it's a loaded word.
But you think that Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump are in the same conversation when it comes to race?
No, that's why
I have sat on this couch and been badgered and
that's why I don't like the name calling at all.
That Ilhan Omar is an anti-Semite,
anywhere.
or that she said anti-Semitic things, or AOC, or Rashida Tlaib. People need to be honest about what he is doing.
Do you think the name calling helps?
I think that calling people, this is the
call them out on what they say.
Okay, PC culture is BS.
But right now, we are seeing something that only after the riots did we see under past administrations in Baltimore.
That's not fair, though. You want to talk about policy.
Well, it may not be fair, but it's a fact. I want to get Steve back in the conversation.
But I gave you a bunch of facts.
I can give you facts, too.
Yeah.
Poverty level has hovered above 26%. For many, many years in Baltimore. It has come down recently, but it's still unacceptable that it's at 22 or plus %. I mean, Baltimore has real issues,
talk about
Jessica.
Baltimore as a place that no human would want to live? He doesn't talk about white districts like that.
Bernie Sanders said as well.
It is a third
world country.
This is insane.
No, but you're playing a semantics game with that. And you
oh my God, guys! I will remember this the next time that we see. It's all about the Benjamins, and you want me to sit here and talk about Louis Farrakhan?
You work for a party that calls President Trump.
I don't work for a party, by the way.
You are in a party. You are part of a party as a Democrat who calls President Trump a racist and then kisses the ring of people like Al Sharpton, who was there during the race riots in Crown Heights and no justice, no peace.
Where the head of it is a racist.
You're in a party where Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez points at Nancy Pelosi and says you're racist. The Congressional Black Caucus points at the Justice Democrats and say they're targeting African Americans.
Rat infested. No human would want to live there.
Look, I appreciate the passion, and I know that we will go back and forth, but it's a conversation. Okay? And when you put your hands in the air and you roll your eyes and we kind of go back and forth, it feels less like a conversation, but that's where we need to be. Stephen?
Well, I see that I've missed a lot.
You have.
Welcome back.
Look, I mean, I would just say I think Lisa's right when she points out that Democrats have used the charge of racism against Republicans going back years, including to people who didn't deserve to be called a racist at all. I think Jessica's right when she lists the number of things that Donald Trump had said that are, at the very least, racist comments. I mean, I think the attack on Judge Curiel, the judge from Indiana, where the implication was that he couldn't decide fairly because he was born of Mexican Hispanic descent, that's a racist thing to say. And If you string those things together, I think that's why you have 51% of Americans saying that they think he is racist. The problem here is this is what our political debates have.
That's Fox News.
No, that's not Fox News. Not
Fox News I know.
But here's the thing. I don't know that Fox News. I'm ashamed to say that that sister just spoke to that woman a way that Laura Ingraham has never spoken to me. When I have said everything that woman said and worse, and same thing for Crazy Tucker. Never been disrespected in that manner. Never been spoken to like the fact that my passion or my hand raised or my whatever
Roland.
meant right. I mean, she dressed her down for her conviction and then offered up as a defense, we're less poor? Oh.
Well, see.
Can they have me on? Here's my open invitation.
Well,
can we take a response?
They can have you on, but you're not a white woman.
Oh, my God.
And this is relevant
But
here.
that's even worse. I mean, that's even more off.
Well, it's real bad because
Yes,
the point I'm
it's
making,
awful.
and I haven't witnessed what you're saying, but based on what you're saying,
they don't call roll. No wonder why. Go ahead,
they don't
Phil.
do roll call, huh? Anyway, it's easy to, from my perspective, to write you off, regardless of how brilliant you are, it's just a black woman doing what black people do, complain. But when a white woman, like you said about Marianne Williams a moment ago, when a white woman does it, they can't do nothing but shut it down because they're not willing to, in their mind, be as disrespectful to you as they are. They have a hard time dismissing to the level, and they expect you to do what you're doing.
But the they was us this time,
but
though.
see, they are black disassociative Republicans who are there to be eye wax.
They ain't always us.
Well, they are.
Hold up, for all your English teachers, they ain't always us.
Exactly.
And the problem, but what gets me is when Tarlov said, I'm sorry, y'all sat on this show and said Omar anti-Semitic. See, it's amazing. You want to call other folk names, but then when you hit the white guy in the Oval Office with the name, no. Let's talk about what he said, not what he is.
Right. And, the other thing that's really, really interesting to me, and I've been on Tucker's show and I've been on Laura Ingram's show.
They
I think
scared to
you're
call
right.
me.
I don't, they're not disrespectful.
Scared to call me.
They just argue silly facts, if you will. And they try to defend themselves and they try to change the narrative. The one thing that gets me about white America is that it is the GOP that unless you're using the N-word, it's safe ground.
No, unless you burning a cross
and using the N-word.
You can actually use the N-word.
No,
and you can burn a cross.
I disagree. They don't believe that you can say racist things or be racially offensive and be labeled a racist so long as you don't use the N-word and you're not blatant or you don't burn a cross.
I guarantee you.
Ground.
I would be shocked if Fox News tonight touches Ronald Reagan calling African monkeys and saying they ain't used to wearing shoes.
Because that's not their following. That's not their following. And if they do say it,
they'll drop the N-word before November 2020.
I've said that too.
It's coming.
That the only reason he's so over the top, he working up to the N-word. And what are we going to do
let's
when
talk
the
about the
president?
black woman. Why people are
what
being
are we going to
white?
say when Ronald Reagan? I'm sorry,
that
when
white
Donald Trump
woman was
uses the
not
N-word?
being white.
What do we do?
That woman.
I'm talking about the
There's
black woman
nothing
who
we
shut
can
her
do.
down and did what she tried to do.
Well, she can do that because she's
no,
a
but
white
and again, look, I know Harris. But Harris, come on. You gonna make me send you a text.
You want to heard of
Harris, you gonna make me send you a text. But it's nuts. It's nuts to sit here on a show and you want to call Ilhan Omar anti-Semitic. And you want to call names. But then when Tarlov says Trump is a racist.
The R word.
And it's like, no.
Yeah.
It's painful. And see, and this is the thing.
Those words matter.
But see, this is the thing. And I know people will say, well, man, why you so let me link the two. When I interviewed Richard Spencer, you got some Negroes who ain't never debated on television before. When Richard Spencer asked you who were you, you should have said you're a black man. Well, when you're a simpleton and don't know how to debate and you don't know how to disarm your opponent, that's what you would say. Of course I'm a black man. But when Spencer hit me with that, I said, I'm a man. That threw his ass.
Same as you.
He was like, he was thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Because, see, I use that, first of all, obviously I'm a black man. But, see, he didn't see me as a man.
Yeah.
He saw me as a black man. So when I hit him with that, that was like a sucker punch.
I'm a man.
And then when I kept going, and see, that's why y'all don't know how to debate, don't know what I'm talking about. When you're in a debate, you have to disarm your opponent, okay? So here's the deal. So y'all want to know why I rarely call Trump a racist or rarely call anybody racist? Because of this kind of stuff here. So what happens is the conversation ain't never about what they say and do. It's the racist, not racist. That's the debate. So what did Trump tweet? Ain't a racist bone in my body. Mm-hmm. That's why when the other white woman, earlier she talked about, oh man, Trump has done this, unemployment's low, and the First Step Act. Let me help y'all out when you debate. This is how you do it. Are you done? And then when they say, this is why Fox News don't call me. And then when they get done with them three things, because y'all, it's only three things. Unemployment's low, First Step Act, opportunity zones. That's it. And then your response is, so please tell me about reinstituting private federal prisons under Jeff Sessions. Please tell me about pulling consent decrees in Baltimore and Chicago. Please tell me about telling your prosecutors to prosecute people at the highest form of the law. Please tell me about repealing civil rights protections all across the country in HUD, in Commerce, in your various departments. Please tell me about you signing into law of Obama provision that was targeting auto companies, that was discriminating against African Americans in car lending. You signed that into law after Republicans passed it in the House and the Senate. I just gave you more than three things. The problem is when you have the racist discussion, it becomes just this sort of broad, yes, I'm not a racist. Yes, you are. I'm not a racist. Yes, you are. No. I am going to talk about what you do. Harris Faulkner got mad because Tarlov slapped him with a label that was 100% correct. And Harris couldn't even acknowledge that being a birther made him a racist.
She used facts to support.
Yeah,
right, she did.
She didn't just slap it on
I know
there.
that.
She
dropped
went
it.
1, 2,
But she
3,
she
4,
listed it.
5.
Harris like, no. Can we not use the title? And
Because,
it's kind of like,
because that's a Fox policy talking point.
Right.
Just night before last, Laura was saying, when you cry racism, it just ruins the conversation. That's why I said, and when there is racism.
yes, precisely.
That
But
ruins
Laura's
lives.
job is to protect whiteness. And when you
Well, that's the network's job.
right, but that's her job. She took the job.
Right, I know that.
And she's sitting there.
The whole network.
Harris,
Yes.
But, ooh.
That's how it
We need to
goes.
look at how the impact of white supremacy on some black folks and how we become black white supremacists.
We just
how we
watched
become
it.
guard dogs for white supremacists.
That's what I'm saying.
Who
All right,
sat
y'all.
by the door.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, you've heard me talk a lot about marijuanastop.org. Why? Because I want to keep you informed of investment opportunities that make sense. We have all watched the growth of the cannabis industry. A recent report by the New Frontier data estimates the global cannabis market at over $340 billion. We know that marijuana legalization is sweeping the country state by state. We also know that marijuana has a good cousin, the hemp plant, with a much higher concentration of CBD. That means hemp gives you all the medical benefits of marijuana without getting you high. Until recently, hemp farming was practically illegal in the U.S. and heavily regulated by the DEA. However, the 2018 Farm Bill changed all of that and now making it legal to grow hemp CBD in the U.S., creating one of the largest commodities worldwide. Folks, they need land to grow in all the plants, and this is not rocket science. It's pretty simple. It's just an incredible investment opportunity, and that's where our good friends at 420 Real Estate come in. Their business model is simple. They buy land that supports hemp CBD grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants, and they're black-owned. That's right. They are hemp CBD landlords, and you can get in on the action. Go to, and of course, the folks at 420 Real Estate have done something special for our Roland Martin Unfiltered fans. Originally, it was $500, the minimum investment, but they've lowered that to $200 only for the folks who watch this show. So you can participate by losing $200 up to $10,000. Again, a $340 billion global industry that is still growing. And you can participate with as little as $200. To invest, go to marijuanastock.org, marijuanastock.org. You can get in the game and get in the game now. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.